Hey everyone, I'm BNEWS reporter Robert Paris here at the Park Playhouse on 1 Edgemere Avenue, where we're going to talk to the cast and crew of Miss Bennet Christmas at Pemberley.
It is hard to believe it has been nearly 2 years since we have seen each other.
Merry Christmas, or should I say Happy Christmas. This holiday season, the Burlington Players are back to present their upcoming production of Miss Bennet Christmas at Pemberley.
It is a sequel of sorts to Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. It envisions life 2 years after Elizabeth and Darcy are married. It's Christmas at her house, and it's sort of the story of the middle sister, Mary, and how she comes to womanhood and meets somebody and falls in love. It's a very sweet romance.
There are a variety of young actresses and actors we spoke with during the rehearsal.
I play Lydia Wickham, who is the youngest and silliest and squeakiest Bennet sister. She is back here for Christmas, and she's hiding a little bit of sadness, but always wants to have a really fun time. Very tenacious and excitable and persistent, so it's been an absolute joy to play.
I think that this is her opportunity to be the main character. In the original Pride and Prejudice, I mean, if you've seen the movies, depending on which version you've seen, Mary plays a smaller part, and she doesn't really get much of like a storyline, other than kind of being the middle sister. So I think in this show, she gets to be really independent and clever and funny and fierce, and I think her through line, which I think is really universal for anybody, is that, you know, it's about the courage to be who you are and to make choices that really empower and reflect what you want, and to have the courage to go out and do what you want.
Well, Mr. Darcy, he's typically quite rigid and always has opinions on how things should be, but I think that he's started to let go a little bit since being married to Elizabeth. That's kind of opened him up to the rest of the world maybe a little bit more, and we should be able to see some of that during this play.
I am playing Mr. Arthur de Burgh, who is a rather bookish young man who has, been invited to stay with the Darcys for Christmas, and he heads there straight from Oxford, where he spends pretty much all of his time, and he is more or less out of his element. When he arrives at the Darcy homestead, the first person that he meets is Miss Mary Bennet.
Miss Bennet Christmas at Pemberley is playing through November 19th. You can get your tickets at burlingtonplayers.com. From the Park Playhouse, I'm Robert Paris for BNews Weekly.